Hello, everyone, and welcome to my Stay Home Adventures. I am Joyce, and today I am going to be covering my July grocery budget, but with a twist because I use ChatGPT plus my spreadsheet to analyze my grocery and my spending, and what I found will surprise you. Stay tuned. I wanted to talk to you about my grocery spending because groceries are usually the one of the first places where we say, hey, I need to cut back. I need to reduce my grocery. I buy too much. But here's the thing, if we are not tracking what we are actually buying, we're just guessing. We might say groceries are too high, but then the receipt has food, toys, paper plates, wipes, pull ups, cleaning supplies, and other random things that we pick up while we shop alone or with the family. So for me, groceries became the place to start. Not because groceries are the only problem, but because groceries are a category I can see, track, and learn from. And my hope with all this, that you start with groceries and it helps you get started with budgeting too. This month, I use my grocery spreadsheet and ChatGPT together to help me show and slow down before I shop. And I wanted to be clear before y'all come at me. ChatGPT did not spend the money for me. I spent it. I made the decision. I placed the orders. I went to the stores. I added the poppy soda that I like. I bought the dips that we love. I decided to make the pineapple cream pie during a Walmart trip. That was me. But what ChatGPT helped me do was look at the details before I kept spending. It helped me ask a better question. Do I really need this today? Did I already buy this? Do I have something at home I can use first? Is it cheaper at Aldi, Walmart, or Sam's? Is this groceries, household, personal care, or something that should come out of another budget? I notice is that I have the habit in my head where if I'm running low or I see that I'm low on something, I feel like I need to go buy it. If we're low on bananas, if we're low in jelly, if we're low on snacks, if we're low on milk, I need to go buy it now. But this is how one small need turns into a full grocery trip. This month, I started seeing that there were so many times where I thought I was going to run out of bananas. I needed more groceries. And then when I checked and just stopped for a minute and checked the pantry, I really didn't need the thing. I really didn't need it at all. This was the lesson for me. It's just because I am low on something does not always mean I need to replace it today. The store's going to be there next week. It's just something that I know myself, but I seen it this month. The spreadsheet helped me see my patterns. For example, peanut butter, as you all know, it's a real staple in my house. We buy regular peanut butter and natural peanut butter. Husband like natural, the kids like regular. And that's not a random spending for us. So buying peanut butter in bulk was not the mistake. The mistake would be buying in bulk and then forgetting that I already have stock up and yet bought it again, or I bought something that the kids didn't like. That to me would be a waste. That is where the tracking helps. It reminded me, no, Joyce, you already have bought that. Use what you have first. Milk was another example. We do use a lot of milk, but I also have to be honest that I order more than I realize. And that was a mistake that I made. I put a higher quantity, and to me it probably makes sense, but at the end I still have 4 gallons left over, and it's now July 29th. I made mistakes in the tracker too, and I'm talking about the spreadsheet. I had wrong dates. I had the quantities wrong. I have repeated items. I have things in the wrong categories. I am human. I am busy, and sometimes my attention is not there. At one point, the peanut butter looked like it had blown up in my budget because I have entered the wrong quantity and the wrong price. I look at the total overall of my budget for the first shopping trip, and I was like, "How did we spend so much already?" And this was just the first week of July. But when I went back and checked it, the spreadsheet mistake was the problem and not the grocery spending. So this is another reason why tracking matters. It does not mean you will enter things perfectly. It means you have something to go back to and fix. When it comes to separating categories, I also had to separate things better. The fan we bought did not belong in groceries, and that was because I go shopping and sometimes I just copy and paste or just keep adding things to the spreadsheet, and then I realize, hey, that fan actually does not belong in any of these categories because that was a gift. That was a big difference in the budget. The paper plates are household, wipes and pull-ups are not food, cleaning items are household, protein drinks are essentials, but I consider them food because it's something that my son needs and is required on his diet. And because it is now a new item that we're normally going to start buying going forward, I am going to consider that food instead of um, personal care or health. When everything gets dumped into groceries, the number looks worse than it really is. And I think that is where a lot of us get frustrated when we say, I spend so much on groceries. But in reality, it's not all food. Like if you go to Walmart, you buy clothing, shoes, and things, they're not considered groceries. So I think nailing down these top three categories and starting from there will be very helpful. Well, another thing that I notice is that when I shop with my family, it makes me spend more. I am not saying that in a bad way, it just happens. Someone sees something, someone wants something, I see a good deal, we grab dips, we decide to make pineapple cream pie. This is just real life. But now I know that if I'm shopping with my family, I need to be more aware because the list can change fast. Planned treats versus deprivation. I also learned that trying to deprive myself does not work at all. I was trying not to buy an Olipop or a Poppy soda. I just love them for some reason, and because I just in my head I wanted to cut spending, but then I realized that if I made that change, or if I didn't do it, and I would feel miserable, and then I was going to regret it. And when I regret it, I am probably going to spend more later. So instead of saying, hey, I cannot have this soda or this treat and make the challenge fun, I could do it by planning it. A planned drink is different from random drinks all week. A planned treat is different from shopping because I feel deprived. That was important for me because I do not want budgeting to feel like it's a punishment. I don't like it. I think by doing that is proving to everybody else that budgeting and tracking your spending is not fun at all. And that's not what I wanted. Then I wanted to compare stores because if you all know me, I tend to shop Sam's and Walmart. It's easy for me to pick up merchandise like the items, and it's I can shop online. It's just something that I enjoy. And it's easier for me and my family. I canceled a Walmart order because Aldi made more sense for what I needed. Aldi had better prices on certain items like the jelly, the canned corn, the beans, the bread, and some filling items. And yes, I love our dip, so we bought dip there. But even with the dip, it still makes sense. That reminded me that Sam is not always cheaper, or Walmart, or Redner's, or Aldi's. It just depends on the item and on the sale, on the weekly sales. So the goal is not to always be loyal to one store. The goal is to know where your normal items are actually cheaper. So this is something for you if you're new here. I created a free PDF for my newsletter readers that walk through this process using the grocery spreadsheet that I give for free, tracking what you buy, and using ChatGPT if you want to help asking better questions before you shop, like I did this month. And I want to say this too. And if you're not comfortable using AI, that is okay. I understand the reservation, believe me, I really do. I have a complicated feeling about AI myself because AI affected my WhatsApp traffic and my recipes. So I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that you have to use ChatGPT. You can simply use the spreadsheet by itself and it still learns so much from tracking your groceries that you can do all that. The spreadsheet is just the foundation, and ChatGPT was just a tool that helped me slow down, talk through the list, and see things I might have missed. At the end of the day, I still spend money, but the process helped me spend with more awareness. I hope this makes sense. I did not do things perfectly. I bought things I could have waited. I bought things that were not needed. I bought in bulk. I bought my favorite dips. I bought drinks. I made mistakes in the trackers. I forgot what I already had. I shopped with my family and spent more. And yes, that pineapple cream pie happened. But I also cut spending because I stopped shopping on autopilot. And that's the real win. It's not perfection, it's just awareness. Because once you know your pattern, you can start making better decisions. And if groceries are the categories that you want to start and you want to track and you want to start taking control, then that's a win. The goal is not to be perfect with groceries, the goal is to understand where your money is going, fix what you can, and stop guessing. I'll see you next week.